Pro Football Talk is the blog in the website that every human in the NFL reads. If you go into a coach's office, their home screen is probably Pro Football Talk. That is just how it goes. I was through 3 different coaching staffs basically in Indianapolis. Every single one was the exact same. Like whatever's on Pro Football Talk is what they're learning about in the world that they live in. Quotes from people, who's disgruntled, what drama's kicking on. Mike Florio has been a very solid, reliable piece of information for a lot of people in the NFL for a long time. So when Chris Sims says something and he's associated with Pro Football Talk, I'm like, okay, Sims knows. We actually asked whenever we reacted to the Dak Prescott $175 million 5-year deal, we're like, who told Chris Sims that? I was excited to hear that. And I would assume that Chris Sims did hear this from somebody who would know this particular information. So he comes out and reports it. It's an anonymous source, so that person can do whatever they need to do. Maybe that person, by the way, hindsight fan of this show, was trying to get back at Chris Sims leaking fake information. But it comes out immediately after Chris Sims reports a $175 million deal has been offered by the Dallas Cowboys to Dak Prescott. The discussion is now around the 5th year, which Dak Prescott wants to be at $45 million or something of that nature. And we broke it down. We broke it down. Like Chris Sims, he's been in the game a long time. Great breakdown. Okay, that year 5, $45 million thing is because he wants to be in a 4-year deal, so that'll be his first year of free agency with the next deal, which is what the quarterback market will probably be at, about $45 million a year at this time, 4 years from now, because everybody knows TV rights and digital rights and everything's going up. So we actually broke it down like, okay, not a bad decision by Dak if that's what he wants to do. I don't know how he turns down a $175 million deal. I can see what the Cowboys want, see what Dak wants. Okay, this makes sense. And then it comes out immediately after our show's done, basically. Ian Rappaport says, talk to both sides here. Talk to both sides. Chris Sims is completely false, is what Ian Rappaport said. And you got to remember, when Chris Sims is breaking news, okay, what feathers are being ruffled at that time? All the insiders, okay? So Rappaport is like, I thought I had a pretty high up insider at the Cowboys. I thought I was going to be a guy that they were going to tell me. Schefter's like, wait a minute. I was literally texting with one of the Joneses yesterday, and they said nothing of this. So whenever you jump into that insider world, you're potentially, putting blood in the water there for the sharks that are the actual insiders to come and get you. You got to be right. For instance, I was in the insider game one time. I said from a anonymous source, which I hate, but I did it just to play the character of insider. Anonymous sources told me Marshawn Lynch is currently in the Oakland Raiders practice facility, setting up for a return to join the Oakland Raiders. Tweet it out, boom, here we go. So then I start getting an onslaught of Seattle Seahawks fans telling me, well, he's still a Seahawk, he's going to have to do this. The insider game is not glitz and glamour, by the way. There is a lot of people you make upset being the relayer of information. So then I knew Adam Schefter was digging into what I said. I knew Rappaport, this is how they make their living, by the way, is getting this type of information. This is how they feed their families. This is how they do their thing. Probably Woj was even looking into what I was saying at that time. Then Schefter, Rappaport, everybody their credit, they go, as per at Pat McAfee Show, which is, by the way, I respect the game. I respect that they did that. Marshawn Lynch was indeed, like it's always like, we can confirm that what this insider, who's not an actual insider, said. But anytime you put out a piece of information and it's an insider information and there's actual insiders, they are going to be a buzzing. That's why Shams Charania is so impressive, because he's just a young guy at The Athletic. You got Woj in that world. You got other NBA insiders. It's not easy to get in those waters. Chris Sims did it yesterday, and guess what? He got bit by the great white Ian Rappaport. So sorry to interrupt. If you're a man watching this, you deserve to have long, great. And you can do that now with our friends at Roman. Right now, you go to GetRoman.com. You get $10 off and free 2-day shipping on Roman swipes, which are guaranteed to make you have longer, more fulfilling every time you get in the sack. Now let's get back to the fornicating action.
And I assume Dak isn't happy either, because like when the Chris Sims news came out, people were like, Dak's an idiot for not taking this deal, blah, blah, blah. Like, and that makes Dak look bad. And then people are just looking at that initial report. They're like, they're not going to go back, and probably a lot of people aren't going to see that Sims was wrong. They're going to go off the initial and think that Dak is dumb for not taking the deal.
Bingo. Because $175 million, by the way, we all look at that and go, hey, man, you should sign that. Yeah. Hey, $175 million? And you're the Dallas Cowboys quarterback? I mean, it's only a matter of time you're going to get even bigger endorsements. Oh, we gotta get to a break because we got Wikey coming. But yes, Chris Sims, I guess, was completely false. And I don't want people to bury him, okay? water under the bridge. He just tried to swim in said water that was under the bridge, and he just didn't get it right. But by the way, I truly believe that Chris Sims was told by somebody who would have knowledge of the situation this information, because he wouldn't come out and put himself out there if he didn't. That person was either setting him up or lying to him, though. And that's a tough spot to be, especially whenever you say, anonymous source told me, because that person now can just get off scot-free. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do? Are you going to rat out that source? Oh, you can't do that.
Nope.
Not in the insider game.
Can't burn your source.
Can't do it. Won't do it. Chris Sims, though.
Tough day.
Him and Glazer. Unfortunately.
Two guys that may not survive the quarantine.
Well, the reputations at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Can't be breaking news for those two.
Jay Glazer has bounced back, I think, a little bit. I don't know what else he's done, but
Report. I can't remember what it was, but Jay did.
but remember now, that was Rappaport too with Von Miller, or was it Schefter?
Because you
It was
tweet
Rappaport, I
You did
think.
tweet Glazer is back. I can't remember what the news was.
Okay, so, but think about this. Glazer has this big NFL insider news. All the other insiders are like, is that right? Okay, so they just sit back there. Then they see what it is, and they're like, let me text everybody I know. Anybody in this league have COVID-19? And all the trainers, whoever's in their inside information is like, Von Miller does. All right, let's take that one. Who else? Anybody else? Nope, Von Miller. We'll break that tomorrow. It just kind of crushes. That insider game is a savage game. You don't want to get in there and be wrong, because they will get you. Mm-hmm. It's also a lot of heat to be in the insider game. Leroy, PFT's dog, is getting into the insider game.
Yep.
Gotta have thick skin. Leroy does. He'll be in there. He called out Chris Sims, I believe, as well. Woof, woof.